Hi everybody, nice to have you here. Henrik here, Vilnius Permaculture. So today I'm out here, and in my previous videos I talked about how warm everything was here in Vilnius. It was too warm, abnormal warm, and it felt strange. But now we are back. We are -10 here and snow and so on. So now I feel more, calm about the weather because it's more like normal. What is normal? So that means you have something left still in the weather patterns that you can work with when you work with nature. Because we have, during all normal times, the last thousands of years, we could plan when to plant, when to harvest, and so on. Because the season is pretty stable, you have some anchor in dates and so on in the year that you can connect to and rely on. But when everything just change, then you don't know how to act. I wanted to start planting trees in January, but then something told me, from tradition, no, February is the cold period. So I just wait because I hadn't planned to do something in January because it's winter time here. So that was correct because you see a lot of snow and so on, and my dog is very happy. But I'm out here and checking in the forest because they're working here, and I want to talk about this because the forest I have around my place is my, what I call, my support system. And when I start to talk about these people, inside cities and normal living people, what do you mean? Well, in permaculture we talk about this because we we want this system around us where we are in control. We produce and build and construct most of the things we need for ourselves, right? So we are not dependent on things. And when the weather creates havoc in the world, it will be harder for people like me and for farmers and so on to produce food. So this we already see. Last year was horrible for farmers because so much strange things happened, and they planned like normal, but things all went crazy and wrong all the time. And of course the harvest failed because the weather didn't act like normal. So this is the normal discussion. Everybody discusses this. This is not an issue today for today's video. No, I want to talk about something else. When we talk about the situation now with threat about recessions and so on, I want to talk about why we should have support system for ourselves. Like me, I'm now above 50. So how interesting am I for the labor market in Lithuania or this whole area? Zero. Silt. Technically, nobody, no firm, no company want to hire people above 50. No, you should be 25 with a full education, with 20 years of experience and so on, and could take a gigantic amount of workload on your shoulders. And we enter a very strange world for me when we talk about society. Not when I'm out here, not about the weather. I can understand climate change and the weather patterns and changing and so on. But I cannot really grasp how the new society comes alive with this all new phenomena. So I will go through what I mean with this. Either you work physically, and these works here in Lithuania is stone tough. You lift and you have to work, and you should really, exhaust yourself every day, many hours, and the wage is low, so you really work hard, maybe 10 hours, and for that also you need to drive to these places, and you have to go home, and there is no facilities really for toilet and food and so on. So yeah, men in Lithuania, they die young here. We have a problem with this in Lithuania. So that's one part of it. Then we have the other part. Then you sitting in an office and just with the mental capacity, just produce inside. You're sitting the whole day inside and just mentally drain yourself, and the workload is the same, amount is the same, it's gigantic, and the pressure from the company owners are enormous. So this is the type of people you want to hire. So if you're over 50, they think, no, maybe they cannot handle it. So let's say you, for some reason, have to quit your job or end the job you have. Then what do? It's very hard to get a new job. And if you haven't built up your support system, your own system during this time, it can be really rough. If you have not think about this, just thinking, well, I will be working my whole life, and then I get a retiree, and I get to become a retiree, and I get pension. When this don't happen, like it does for many people now, then everything stops, and then you need to think about the B system, the support system. And that's why we should engage in permaculture for this. And this is why I do it. So, because then, if you have your own house, you have your own land, you have your own solar panels, like you have your own energy, you have your own water, you have your own land that you can grow things, then the pressure on you when you get over 50 is not that big. Because if you quit your job or you lose your job, not here in Lithuania, the pressure will not be so big, because you already have everything. You have most of the things. There's very little things you need outside of your own support system. And when I'm inside the factory where I work and so on, very few people think about this. They are more or less in their mind that I will work here for the rest of my life, and end of story, and money will flow in. But with all this new technology and everything that's happening in the society, I don't think that is a reality. So I think for many people, they should really start to think about their B system. So we are in this situation here, because do you really want to be in this system where you have to be forcing yourself to maximum every day for very little money, and inflation sky high, so the money will be less and less, and you must work harder and harder? This is not a sustainable situation. But if you have your own system, then it's much better. You produce what you produce, and all the gain goes to you. So this was my little take about today why I think permaculture will be a solution for many people, and there will be bigger and bigger interest in being in your own system, working with your own system, than just go to a normal work and just work harder and harder every year. So I go here, listen to the birds, being in the forest, checking my trees that have fallen down, checking the trees that been taken away, and we will plant new trees for the future. And yeah, I'm all in control. No boss, nothing. Just be me in my own system that will support me with everything I need. Have a nice day.